Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman addresses the Gujarat Chambers of Commerce and Industry in Ahmedabad, focusing on India's economic resurgence and banking sector recovery since 2014. She highlights India's success as a potential case study for institutions like Harvard Business School, contrasting it with the challenges faced by banks globally during the COVID-19 pandemic. Today's next news is: the Election Commission of India has filed an FIR against Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar for allegedly coercing voters to support the Congress in exchange for Kaveri water supply. This action follows a complaint by the BJP, accusing Shivakumar of breaching the Model Code of Conduct during an address to apartment owners in R.R. Nagara. The Chief Electoral Officer of Karnataka announced the registration of FIRs on a microblogging site. Today's next news is: witness the monumental progress of the Sivak-Ringpo rail project as it reaches a significant milestone with the completion of an 855-meter emergency exit tunnel. Delve into the engineering marvels and challenges faced, including mining beneath National Highway 10. To ensure seamless connectivity to Sikkim, explore the innovative secant piling method employed for safety in the project's vast infrastructure, featuring 14 tunnels, 22 bridges, and 5 railway stations. Join us on this journey towards connecting Sikkim to India's railway network for the first time. Today's next news is: Sanjeev Puri, President-designate of the Confederation of Indian Industry and Chairman of ITC Limited, discusses India's growth trajectory amidst global challenges, highlighting India's skilled workforce and opportunities in supply chain and digital transformation. Puri underscores the need for reform and collaboration between enterprises and government. He emphasizes the role of inclusivity and sustainability in driving job creation and economic growth. Today's next news is: after enduring scorching temperatures for nearly 5 months, Bengaluru experienced a much-needed respite as light rains graced various parts of the city. This welcome change brought relief to residents in areas like Whitefield, Marathahalli, Kormangala, and more. Aditya Gowda from Karnataka Weather provided insights, noting the significance of this rainfall after 148 rainless days. Watch to learn about the impact of these showers and what they mean for Bengaluru's weather ahead. Today's next news is: the Aam Aadmi Party accuses the Tihar jail administration of pushing Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal towards a slow death by denying him insulin and medical consultations. Amidst allegations of conspiracy, Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson Saurabh Bhardwaj highlights Kejriwal's type 2 diabetes and alleged refusal of insulin despite medical necessity. The party condemns the authorities for endangering Kejriwal's health and accuses the BJP Centre and Delhi LG of complicity in the situation. Today's next news is: a court has delayed its decision on the bail pleas of AAP leader Manish Sisodia, who faces corruption and money laundering charges related to the alleged Delhi excise policy case. The judge, Kaveri Baweja, postponed the ruling to April 30 after hearing arguments from both the prosecution and Sisodia's defense. Sisodia, seeking bail to campaign for the upcoming Lok Sabha elections, saw his interim plea deemed unnecessary as the court considers his regular bail request. Today's next news is: Prime Minister Narendra Modi applauds the overwhelming support for the National Democratic Alliance in the first phase of the Lok Sabha elections. Addressing a public gathering in Nanded, Maharashtra, PM Modi expresses gratitude to the voters, especially the first-timers, for their decisive participation. The first phase witnessed polling in 102 constituencies across 21 states and union territories on April 19. Today's next news is: during the IMF and World Bank spring meetings, India's role in the G20 presidency was lauded for fostering consensus on critical global issues. From hosting the summit to crafting a comprehensive declaration, India navigated challenges like the Russia-Ukraine conflict, prioritizing global economic stability, Economic Affairs Secretary Ajay Seth highlighted India's leadership in fostering dialogue and cooperation. Despite Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman's absence due to domestic commitments, India's influence in shaping global agendas remains evident. Today's next news is: delve into the career and achievements of Vice Admiral Dinesh Kumar Tripathi, the communication and electronic warfare specialist set to become the new Navy chief on April 30th. Learn about his journey from Sainik School Rewa to the apex of the Indian Navy, his notable commands and key appointments. Explore how his expertise will shape the future of the Navy as he takes the reins from Admiral R. Hari Kumar.
Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Your support means the world to us. Stay tuned for our next upload, and until then, keep exploring, learning, and creating.